Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the third hour here of 316. We're not doing great against this John Carpenter like giant alien thing. I'm pretty sure I start every part of 316 saying that we're not doing great though. So we'll see. Maybe we're just
It is,
doing normal. We're doing
it
par.
is, it is the worst day.
It's the worst day in Medbay, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the tentacles have exploded out of the bath. They're flailing all over the room. I'm attacking. What are you doing, Eric?
I'm going to attack as well.
Okay.
I want to say it's reasonable for me to have a pistol at this point.
Yes, I think either you grab the doctors or the MPs. They're both on the bed right where you're standing. So
Exactly.
yeah. Yep. You have a pistol. You're fighting. What about the rest of you guys? Is everyone fighting? Or are we just?
I'm fighting as well.
I'm not. What's it going to take to electrocute this thing?
You need to be at close. So if you just want to change range, you can do that with NFA. You can move to close.
If I get in close, though, I'm going to be inside its reach.
You are currently inside its reach already.
Oh, good. That's fantastic.
Well, I guess no, it's slightly different. It can attack you at near, but yeah, at close, it could drag you into the pool or do other stuff. Being at close is technically slightly worse, but you're not safe where you are right now anyway.
Doc, are there any controls not on the tank to electrocute that thing?
You can spend your turn with the doctor trying to figure out another thing to do with the tank if you want to. Yes. In the split second of combat here, like having that conversation with her, that'll be what you do.
No, I'm good. I'm just going to attack then. I think getting inside its reach is suicide, and if we don't have a plan, it's going to murder us all before we can execute something brilliant. So I think there's just going to be bullet fire.
Okay. Everyone fights. Aliens, I succeed with a 2. That's fairly good news. Pasternak fails. Oh, Young fails.
Yeah, finally. Success.
Success with an 8. You go first.
Yeah. Finally.
So you have a choice. You have a choice, Eric.
Yeah.
I'm going to do a kill to all of you, and you're going to do one back. But because you go first, if you want to, you can cancel your own success.
Yeah, that sounds way better.
Used that rule yet, but
yeah. So I think I guess maybe what that looks like is perhaps I'm not able to do any damage to the tentacles, right? But it's enough that like they go back under the water, like I suppress them down or whatever, and then the next round they burst out again and we go again, right?
Yeah, everyone fires and it's like blasting the side of the medical bay where the thing is. Your shots. Yeah, no, go ahead.
Yeah. Oh, I think what it is like I probably shoot the like the panel or whatever that's supposed to like seal it or whatever, and it goes like thunk thunk like for a little bit, and then it busts out again.
Yeah.
Right?
No,
it buys you time.
There's a cover that comes down and like fights with the cover.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like almost like a sarcophagus like cover thing. Yeah, totally.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's good.
Shoots the lid.
So the rule here for people at home, PC or the aliens can do this too. Actually, you can cancel your own success so that everyone who goes after you fails. And since Goodman's going first, he cancels his success, and then the aliens also fail. So no wounds are exchanged this round. And we go back to fighting. I'm doing the same thing again. Are we all fighting again?
I think so.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, cool. I succeed with a 6.
Succeed with a 6.
Oh, interesting.
Succeeded with a 1.
Fail with a 7, as expected.
Okay. I think we roll off Eric to see who goes first. But
I think you're right. I'm about 90% sure that's what we're supposed to do.
3 of 1 or they roll. Oh wait, no, that's dominance. It could be that. Oh yeah, ties can't cancel each other and kills are simultaneous. Okay, so we cannot cancel each other. We just are attacking.
It just occurs at the same time.
Yep.
Oh, damn. Okay.
So my tentacles smash the cover to pieces, and then lash out, smash you up against the wall, crack you in the helmet, throw the doctor one way, the MP the other, just mayhem. Medical supplies are flying everywhere, scalpels. An oxygen tank gets punctured and is hissing.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Falls down and like skitters across the floor. So that's a crippled. You guys do have armor again because of the scrounging. So if you want to use armor, let me know. Otherwise, you're
I will use armor.
okay.
I will use armor as well.
Same.
Okay, cool. You're scrounged. That's ironic, right? The aliens delivered armor to you. Cool. All right. So, yeah, it bashes you guys around. The doctor. No, she's not dead yet. The MP is, however. Yeah, you see him with one of the tentacles like wraps around his leg, and he's like, ah, and it slams him against the ceiling and does something and breaks his neck or something. He's just limp, flailing around, and then it drags the body back towards the tub. It hasn't pulled it in yet, but it's like drawing it towards the mass of tentacles. And the doctor gets knocked backwards over one of the beds and falls down with torso wound. Then who's next? Eric goes same time. So Goodman.
Yep. Do I succeed? I shoot it, and so do
Yep.
I get a D6 of kills?
Yep.
Okay.
It's a bit odd because it's one mass,
Yeah.
but whatever. The kill counters read it differently, apparently. So you get 3.
They know.
1 per tentacle.
Ah, that's what it is. Okay.
Sure. Yeah, so you blast off some tentacles, you remove a threat token, and then Pasternak with a 3.
All right, so I mean, I got knocked around by this thing, and I'm just blasting away at center mass, and yeah, just fucking die.
On a roll.
Nice.
Yeah.
Keep rocking it there, Pasternak.
I do?
I'm not going to use my alien ability, I don't think.
We're trying to keep this thing down for you, Sarge. In there. We can't keep this up forever, Sarge. I was shooting and we're looking around for a new reload.
Oh, yeah, you can actually change range. I was going to say, if you succeed at NFA and you beat the aliens, and you go before them, you can change range, but you were simultaneous, Eric, so
Yeah.
no range modifications. Like, I can't pull you to close, for example.
Mm.
Okay.
I'm doing the
Wrap-
same thing again. I'm
Yep.
gonna keep trying to buy you time.
Oh, actually, I'm not fighting. I'm doing something else. Yeah, I'm not fighting. I wonder, actually, I might be able to do both things. Let me see. I might be able to fight and do my other thing.
Oh jeez, it's terrifying.
Yeah, when rules get consulted, it's never good.
Yeah, so
Sometimes it is.
I'm
It's not
fighting. Well, I'm going to make 2 rolls. The first one is my fighting roll, and the second one is my NFA roll, technically, but they're both 7. I'm lashing out, and I'm going to consume the MP, which can be interfered with just like anything else. I'll get a roll, it'll fall in the order somewhere, and we'll see how that goes. I'll go ahead and make these rolls so we can see them. Okay, my fighting fails. And my consume the MP succeeds with a 5.
Then can I modify my action to try to prevent the MP from being eaten?
Yeah, that can be blasting off that tentacle if you want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna close.
Okay. So you test NFA to get in to close.
And I'm just going to keep firing.
Yes.
All right, success.
Yes, but it's a 1. You go after me.
Yeah.
I succeeded, but I got a 3, so I go after as well. But I was just shooting, so.
I'm gonna do drugs. I haven't used combat drugs. Something I would do.
Oh yeah.
So I just grab a bunch of pills and put them in my mouth. And,
One of these
and
might be
hopefully one of those gives me the speed and reflexes that I need to stop this from happening. 5. We tied.
Oh, we
again.
tied.
Damn it. Which is dramatically perfect. So
let's roll off though, because like having them a tie would kind of be a win for me, right? If you don't stop it, that's still a win. So let's just roll off to see if you actually beat me to the punch.
Okay. Well, I got a 10.
Well, holy crap. Okay, yeah, I got a 1.
Okay. Oh, I do it. I do it just in time.
Damn.
Oh.
Or is it a test, or is it just a highest roll?
It's just highest roll because it was simultaneous.
Oh.
You just beat. So the tentacle gets the MP's body up over the lip of the tub, and just about to like slump over. And what do you do? How do you stop that?
Oh yeah, I shoot it. It severs the tentacle as it's bringing it in right there, and so the body just kind of like slumps in right near the base of the nutrient soup.
Uh-huh. Yep. And then Pasternak, you open fire.
Yep. And I just sort of I keep pumping rounds into it, and then is it dead yet, or is all?
Honestly, I have to decide here because Goodman and Pasternak, you're both doing. You're removing the last 2 threat tokens, but I have. Well, I guess I have to use it because otherwise there's no point. I get armor once per encounter because of my.
Okay.
So yeah, I am going to use it this time.
All right. So I'm continuing to blast it and yelling my head off. Just
yeah. And just for color in this case, the armor is you're like blasting a tentacle, like the top third of it off, and then it starts to regrow.
Whose bright idea was it to fight a goddamn bug inside healing fluid?
Okay, next round. I'm just fighting. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pushing the electrocute the shit out of it button.
Okay. NFA test to kill. Yeah. The sergeant special.
I'm fighting.
Okay.
Fighting for sure.
All right. Let's do it. I succeed with a 5.
I succeed with a 6.
Ooh, yeah, Morgan beats.
Yeah. You see with a 2. So we all succeeded. But yeah, I think Pasternak got the highest one. So
yep. So it's up to you, Morgan. I am succeeding, so I'm doing damage to everybody. Or you can cancel and.
Or I could cancel and then, but that would cancel.
For better luck next round.
What do you think, guys? Or do we just suck it up and kill the things?
I'd rather you suppress it.
Okay.
Well, yeah, because I don't know. What do you think, Sarge?
On average, so I just do math. I'm sorry. On average, you're shooting at an 8, Pasternak's shooting at a 6, and I'm NFAing at a 7. It goes on an 8, which means that we're betting that we're going to. Huh?
My ability is 7.
Oh, okay. In which case, my guess is we have a pretty good chance of outrolling it next turn. But it's the safe bet, and we're trying to conserve resources. So I would say we let luck decide, and we cancel it this turn. You suppress it. I bring up the console. I charge the circuits, but I don't have time to push the button.
Yeah, that's it. Okay, cool. I'm so glad you're on board with that, because that's exactly the same exact picture that I was having in my head. Is that to do the charge thing? We see the little defibrillating bar going up, right?
And a tentacle comes for me, and you shoot it off.
And I shoot it off, and I'm bam, 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 and accurate blowing tentacles away, and probably bumping into Goodman as I'm doing it. So.
Nice. Yeah, you're buying time.
Maybe Sergeant Young has to duck their head just a little bit.
Mm-hmm. She is very tall. Cool. Yeah. So basically, it's a bit of a stalemate, and we're all kind of trying again. Right? It redoubles its efforts. The charge light fills up on the defibrillator, And I fail.
Oh, well, I succeed.
I succeed too.
Nice. Nice.
Oh, that's so good.
Yep. Nicely done. Yeah, so I mean, I think it's what we expect, right? You guys blast the thing, blow tentacles off, and the final moment is the Sarge like hitting the defibrillator button, and the whole tank electrocutes. And we see that same crystallization effect like arc up through the tentacles, and they turn rock solid. Some of them in mid thrash, so they're like not supported, and they snap off and fall on the floor, and the whole tank like kind of solidifies. The last bit of the regeneration fluid is sloshing at the bottom, and the rest of it is this black hardened rock, fried by the electronics.
That's super good.
Yeah, the doctor didn't take another hit because of the canceling and stuff, so she survived actually.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Oh, thank God. Yeah.
Nice.
We did it. Do we roll kills for that, or how does that work?
Oh yeah, you do actually. Everyone.
Highest person. I don't know how many tokens were left. Were there 2, I believe?
There were 2, but just because of the way the fiction worked, Strash, you should get to roll kills too.
Oh, that's lovely.
Like D6 for the electrocution thing. Because that was actually what's keeping it from coming back. So 3. And
okay there.
Morgan, you got 5.
Yep.
And Eric got 5. Okay. Cool. Yeah. So there's a beat. The couple of the tentacles snap off, clunk to the floor. The overhead lights have been smashed apart around the med bay, so it's kind of dark over there. There's this ozone smell in the air from the electrocution. The doctor picks herself up and like staggers over to supply. Like each bed has these like medical supply little lockers next to him, and she throws it open, starts bandaging her wound, and sits down. And you can see that like she's gone through the adrenaline spike, and now she's on the other side of it, and just like isn't talking
Crashing.
to you. Yeah, she's slumped over, just focusing on her first aid.
Okay, so there were like trooper or suits that had rifles and stuff. I'm gonna upgrade because I think the pistol, right? It's like locked back.
Yeah, you've expended all of the ammo. Yeah.
So I'm gonna look for a better gun.
Yeah, there was a battle rifle being fired in the earlier battle. It's somewhere in the room, probably. So you can.
Yeah, we're gonna just do the in between battle stuff where we
Yeah.
scavenge, we make sure that our drug canisters are refilled, we medic each other up and everything, and we get ready to like move on to the next leg of the mission.
Yeah,
whatever.
you didn't take harm in that fight, so you actually clear. You're back to unharmed.
Woo!
I know that was a real good decision for us to use our armor there. That was good job, everybody.
Yeah, that worked out.
We're getting better at
The medical bay healed us.
There are advantages to fighting in the medical bay, but there are also disadvantages.
Yeah.
Test NFA for me, Pasternak.
Okay.
And I will tell you the good news or bad news.
I succeeded with a 5.
Nice. You find a. Let me see. Let me get the weapon names right. Two basic trooper rifles. And something else.
Power blade.
You really want that, don't you?
Well, I mean, if we're gonna go fight through, the cramped corridors of a spaceship, I feel like having a power blade would sound pretty awesome.
Yeah. So two energy rifles, and I'm just gonna roll. Since you succeeded, we'll get a random prize out of the here.
A nuke.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. A flame gun.
Oh. Ooh.
2 energy rifles and a flame gun. The flame gun's profile is close 2d6, near 1, and far 0.
All right.
I'll take the flame gun if you don't want it.
Of course you do.
You give it to the best FA guy. I guess that does sort of make sense.
It does.
Yeah.
Although I'm trying to maximize my kills, so.
I know. So like you're holding it, so you don't have to give it to me. But
Yeah,
I come over.
It's only really good at near, right? And if you get near these things, you're going to be,
Yeah.
So, I don't know. We'll see. We will see.
Okay.
Yeah, so the success there, first there was like a random prize, but also you successfully check out the weapons and clear them. There's still some of that dust in them or whatever. Maybe even electrocute them a little bit or something. You're like, you do what you feel you should to sort of make them safe for you to use.
One of the bullets fires off because it's
yeah. Sorry.
Yeah. Now it's a John Carpenter movie. Now they got a flamethrower.
That's true. Now it really is the thing. Now you guys just need to sit in a circle and eyeball each other.
Yeah.
Well,
I think Sarge, oddly enough, like, sure, if there are weapons being spread around, etc., that's one thing. I'm like, getting spare energy canisters or whatever. But more importantly, I'm going to pack a couple of defibrillators. I'm going to make sure that we have some strapped to our backpacks.
Nice. Yeah, they've got like the EMT model, the little portable kind. There's probably like quite a few of them in here, so you can have however many that you want to carry. 4, I guess, would be a lot to carry around. So
yeah,
that's fine.
Captain, you ever been in a suit of armor before?
She doesn't respond to her rank when you first say it. She's just like focusing on her first aid, and it takes her a second to realize you must be talking to her. She snaps up and says, "What?
Did you ever put on Mandelbrite before?"
Sure, in basic. And then she realizes what you're saying. And she's like, "Oh, right, yeah, okay, sure." She walks over to the pile that you've like separated. Like, this stuff is still kind of okay, and here's all the crap. She reaches down for like the first gauntlet piece, and there's a little dust or something, that poofs up when she grabs it, and she looks at you like. She doesn't.
You got any more of that injector stuff?
Is this safe? But she's kind of questioning.
Yeah. You may want to dose yourself. We've got a long trek ahead of us.
Right. I'm just gonna roll for this. I don't know if she has some here. Let's find out. Low is bad. Of course.
Yeah.
5.
Maybe that's not here, but she knows where to get it.
Yeah. That's good. I like that. She like carefully sets the gauntlet back down. She's like, I should definitely dose myself, and you should check me out. She kind of glances towards the corpse of the MP that was being infected, and like make sure that, well,
And that's when the scorch of the flame gun goes.
Oh, you're in the background, like.
Well, no, I mean, like, I don't know if Goodman's doing it or if I am, but yeah.
Someone's cleaning up the mess back there. Nice. Yeah.
I mean, it's my duty. Someone's got to do it.
Yeah. Cool. That makes her jump a little bit.
So, Doc, even if we wanted to, we can't exactly get off this boat and anywhere safe, which means that running for the escape pods isn't going to do us a whole lot of good. Which means that we have to kind of fix the situation. You follow?
Yes. Yeah. Sorry. Okay. If we're going to follow protocol, we need to make sure that the infection hasn't spread elsewhere. And then as she's saying that, she like looks at the door where the guy's busted in, and it's like, okay, all right.
I'm gonna give you the good news, the bad news, and the worst news. You ready? Good news is you have 3 bona fide badasses that are going to lay down fire and get you where you need to go. That's the good news. Bad news is you're coming with us, and you're going to have to help us fix this shit. The situation is contained. It's not like it's going to fly through space and make its way back to Earth, but that still leaves us high and dry. So here's the worst news. The only plan that I've got, unless you got something better, involves running down to the core and trying to run power through the ship and electrifying as much of this shit as we can.
She glances over at the wreckage of the tentacles and the Goodman flaming them up and the sparking tank. And okay, yeah, that makes sense. The Delta Lab will have more. It'll have more injections. It seems like it works. I can immunize myself, and maybe I can make my way up to the command deck, see if I can inject the major, and the command crew.
I shake my head and I say, that's protocol, but right now we're in kind of a snafu, no protocol situation, and we need to make the best that we can with the situation we've got at hand. This shit can flow through the vents. It can get to them no matter what. I think that going for them first is a noble plan, but it's not going to fly. So
He's like, I took an oath. I have to do that. I'm not just going to leave them up there to be taken over.
you put enough current through them, and they'll have to take their chances.
Give me an NFA.
Awesome.
Maybe you can overcome her doctor.
Nope. No, I don't.
No. Oh no.
I only roll high when it's bad.
I know, right? I mean, you are technically right, but she
That doesn't matter when rank is involved in personal stakes and oaths. I totally
exactly. Yeah, she's like, I'm sorry, I have to do that. If you're not going to come with me, that I understand, but I have to do what I have to do.
Look,
I mean, she wants you to take her to the Delta Lab so she can get the stuff. If you're willing to do that, that'd be great. If not, she's going to go on her own.
all right. Listen, this stuff fucks with electronics and it fucks with systems. You saw what it did to the armor. It can do the same thing on a larger scale. It's controlled APCs and other things before. So trying to remote hack whatever terminal we need to is probably going to end futilely. That thing can shut off most of the stuff, which means that we're probably going to have to run this manually. Do you think that you can delay your suicide trip long enough to talk us through what we need to do? Maybe run ops from Delta Lab with us?
Maybe. I've never been in there before, but I've heard that they have all kinds of weird tech and stuff in there. Maybe, like, who knows? Yeah.
Am I hearing NFA to attack with check? Because this sounds like music in my ears.
It very well could be. Yes.
Okay.
Who knows? Who knows what's in that secret Delta Lab?
Well, potentially the corpse that's covered in foam, or was until they smashed it.
That's where they were taking it. Yeah.
All right, so the plan is go to Delta Lab.
I think so. I mean, unless we already have a way that we could basically do an EMP or some kind of like large shock to the entire ship, which I don't think we know how to do, right?
If we go to Delta Lab, there might be something worse there. Imagine this tank, but without us to have shut it down. I think maybe we just cut our way down to the engine core and just do what we need to there. It's the only power source big enough to EMP the whole ship that I can think of.
That's fine. She has not been commanded by you, so that's where she's going to go to the lab and try to get the drugs to inject.
Inoculate, yeah.
So if you and that's fine. We can just part ways here. Like that can be the scene where she's just like, I'm sorry, I got to do this, and you're like, okay, fine, and you go your own ways. Totally fine.
I bring up the flame cannon and it's on the way. I say to Sarge.
It's on the way, then it's fine.
I'm lying. I presume it is. I'm just gonna say it is.
I mean, we know the ship. If it wasn't on the way, I assume.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot of ways to go from here to the engine section, and one of the ways passes through where the Delta section is. So sure, right. Yeah, it's on the way. Yeah.
Okay. Delta Lab, engines. Let's do it.
All right. So you move out. You have to all work together to get the damaged door off. There's piles of armor that got caught in the door that are all cracked and broken. you're probably like covering, right? Like whatever's beyond there. But when you get the door off, the lights, the hallway lights right there are smashed apart from the explosion. So it's dark, but then the rest of the passageway is still lit. The security camera was up there is destroyed. And it's quiet. There's no one in the hallway. You stop and listen for a beat. You don't hear any heavy armor footsteps anywhere. You just hear like the ship rumble, white noise. So you move out and head. You're going to have to leave medical, go up a couple decks, cross over through some other section, go down into Delta section, then back towards the engine section. So there's a quick little, montage of clearing corners and turning the wheel on passageway doors and jumping out and sweeping your weapons around. And
is it generally pretty empty?
Yeah, it's very, very empty. You see signs like the way that you came. You're not going back towards the shuttle bay, but you do backtrack a little bit, and there are like scrape marks on the floor where the suits have been dragging themselves around and like leaving this trail. And as you diverge from where you came from, instead of going back to the hangar, you're heading up towards Delta. You see that those trails lead back in that general direction, but there's nothing coming directly from where you are until you get up onto the Delta deck. There are kind of like turbo lifts on this ship, but for the most part, they're hatches and ladders that you use to get around. The turbo lifts are more in the sort of central core. Mm-hmm. So when you go up the ladder and you get onto the Delta deck, who's like on point? Who will we see like opening the hatch to? Is it flamethrower?
Yeah,
the nozzle comes out first.
Yep.
Yeah. So you open the hatch from the ladder and like angle it up, and it's dark. The hallway lighting has been turned off, presumably. And there's scoring all around the edge of the hatch. The hatch itself is like claw marked, and it looks like something was trying to open it. Mm-hmm. There's scoring all along the deck floor at eye level. You can see like it's all chewed up from armor pieces being dragged around. There's piles of armor like kind of up against the sides of the bulkheads on either side of the passageway. And as the flame gun comes out, the front nozzle like chokes and sparks slightly. It hits some dust hanging in the air and burns it. These little sparks fly. There's a sort of miasma hanging in the air of the black powder.
Yeah.
And then down this hallway is all dark, but then it goes down to a T intersection, and you see red emergency lighting coming from that area. That generally where the lab is in that direction. So you guys emerge and start to make your move. Oh yeah, I guess the doctor. I don't know. I guess it's your call, Sarge. Do you want her to have put the armor on, or do you want her to not?
She should definitely be wearing armor, but like I want to make sure that like we don't have our helmets on, so that if we see some of that like black growth on people or whatever, we can just be like, "So sorry," and either be like "kazap" or be like, "Hello, hi."
No. It's an alien.
Oh crap!
Tentacle.
All right, she's wearing the armor then. She wasn't super thrilled about putting the alien infected armor on, but she does because it's not a terrible idea. So you come out into the hallway just as you're starting to move forward a little bit. Actually, hang on, I'm gonna roll real quick. Okay. Kind of a mixed result again. The ship voice, like it's not a real person, it's like the automated ship system voice comes on, and it says, "Prepare for high G maneuver in 3, 2, 1." Which normally you've done this in drills before, and it's usually like, "Attention ship, we will be doing high G maneuvers tomorrow."
At 0800, yeah.
And there are also emergency high G maneuvers, and the ship has these metal bars at about waist height through all the passageways and stuff. that you can secure yourself to, or if there's zero gravity, you can pull yourself along using these handles and stuff. You've all drilled for this in training to do like emergency preparedness, so you don't get slammed around inside the ship. But it's usually like at the very shortest, it's like a minute or something to prepare. But this is the total like out of nowhere. We're doing a high G maneuver in 3, 2, but you have a second to react.
Clip, brace, grab Doc, because I don't know if she's reacting as fast.
Yeah, is there anything in this hallway to grab onto?
Yeah,
bars.
Yep. You can hang on, like, you know, in the protocol method, your suits have a way of attaching to the bar to secure yourself for this. So when you're wearing armor, it's a thing you can do. It usually takes more than 3 seconds, but in this case, it'll require a roll. It'll require an NFA roll.
All right.
Which is, and I'll make one for the doctor too.
I'm gonna do it.
Successes.
Nope.
Success. Oh, Goodman fails. The doctor's NFA is like
Pretty darn good.
8. Yeah, she succeeds.
I succeed with a 7.
Nice. So you're
What happens to me?
Sarge, yeah, you know, Goodman like doesn't make it. You can see that that's happening. I don't think you necessarily want to take the hit in his place, but you can if you want to.
I don't know that I can. I'm looking after myself and I'm looking after the doc. So
Yeah.
I think that, you know, like the two of us are clipping in.
Yep.
I don't know how even I would take the hit in his place, like fictionally.
Yeah, you just have the time to see it. You like get your armor connected, grab the dock, Pasternak clicks into the bar, and Goodman, your armor, it's just like this scrounged armor that you got off the things. You back in and you do it, and you don't hear the click. It just doesn't function properly.
Oh.
And you have this like 1 second to go like, uh-oh. And then everyone else gets like pulled against the restraints as the ship just turns on it, full thrust, and Goodman gets slung down the hallway to the T intersection, like bodily through the air, smashes into the T wall, and you're pinned there like high G
Can't
force.
move. Yeah.
They're like smashed back. Yeah, you're like, grrr, like up against the wall, and I did a wound to you.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. So everyone's there like riding out this high G maneuver. You're down in the T section now, Goodman, and you can see to your left the Delta lab door is open. Well, it's not open. It's not there. It's ripped to pieces. Some bits of the shrapnel go whipping past you, and one of them like embeds itself in the wall next to you under the G forces. And inside the lab, you see everything that wasn't strapped down, because you can see through the doorway. You see like bits of tech and things like flying past and colliding and smashing, and sparks are flying inside there. But you also see some bodies. You recognize the gray Delta uniforms. Some pieces of bodies go by. A whole corpse goes by. Some black rocky material tumbles past, firefighting foam, like various things. And just as the last bits of it are being, smashed under the G forces, a claw-like hand, a figure passes by, and it catches on the door frame. So like the door is vertical, but the G forces are this way. So it's flying like this, and it catches. And then the other hand comes up. It's like a human hand. And then this overgrown black rocky bio twisted alien substance arm grabs onto the edge of the doorway. And the alien one kind of bites into the metal of the door frame, and it starts to try to pull itself against the G forces, like out and back towards into the hallway. It hasn't fully pulled itself up yet.
God.
Yeah.
So I'll have
Let's
to fight
do
it.
numbers. Let's have a high G fight.
Oh yeah, because those ghosts. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Ah.
I mean, what's more fun than that?
A low G fight.
That could be me for dominance.
Yeah. You ready? Pasternak, you rolling with me or am I rolling solo here?
I'm rolling with you.
All right,
Okay.
let's rock.
Fail.
3, 2, 1. Let's jam.
I fail.
Hey, we got a success.
Yeah, highest success is a PC.
We get an ambush.
Do you?
No, we all have to succeed.
I think all the PCs have to succeed.
Okay.
But let's double check it. We haven't had an ambush yet, so PCs all successful, aliens fail, ambushed by the PCs. Yeah. Highest success is a PC. You get to set the initial range. Yeah.
Yeah. Do we want to do near?
Sure. You can do near.
I'm asking the rest of the crew. I think all our weapons are pretty good at near.
Well, I got a.
No, I'm a close boy.
Thrower is close. Yeah, it's true.
Let's do close.
All right.
I mean, can I split us up? Because we're in a different fictional position where somebody's at the T and the rest of us are not. I'm just asking. I don't know.
In this case, yes. I think it makes sense. Usually you're all together, but yeah, splitting up makes sense here.
Actually, before anybody does anything else, let me just double check. Is there anyone that does not have a weapon that can at least fire at near?
I can
have
fire
one.
it near. It's just not very good.
I can
By that,
fire it
there-
near.
So what you're saying is you're not going to get maximum kills?
But you
Yeah,
can.
screw you. Okay, screw you all. We're starting at near. Go ahead, Sean.
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
sorry, I'm changing my mind.
Well, you have an energy rifle, Morgan, which is
I do, but I also still. I mean, I still have a pistol. I do have options.
yeah. Well, near is the best for an energy rifle. It's D10.
It is, yeah.
So yeah.
But if we want to start it close, that's fine.
Nah, let's start at near. It's fine.
Right.
Let's get as many hits as we can before things go bad.
Yeah. Now, if you want to, you can start Eric at close in this particular case because it like fictionally it makes a lot of sense because he's closest to the alien.
That's what I would think too. Yeah, I would love to start close. I'm gonna do it.
Okay.
There's 4 tokens.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Is it strength time? It takes out half of his available pool, which means that we're only going to have to deal with 4 more at the end.
I was thinking about using a strength, and I feel like I'm in a pretty good position to do a strength.
Yeah. I mean, you are set up. You saw the hand come out. You've got your flamethrower.
Right. And how many? Well, I guess we all have to roll. Well, anyways, regardless, I'm attacking. Right.
Sure.
I'm gonna try to like force against.
Actually,
Right. So like we're like pinned against the wall, right? And I'm just trying to like. I imagine the scenario where my gun isn't like it's like maybe 75% of where it needs to be. I'm like fighting for that last 25% to just get it right in the right line, you know. So I'm imagining that. So that's I feel like my fight right now is that that struggle against the G forces just to get me, it's like to get it right there instead of here.
Yeah. So you're going to hold off on the strength and actually roll first. I mean, you can use a strength at any time. So
Oh, you can.
yeah,
We can just use the strength and just kill them all.
right. You could just use it right now. That's fine too.
Oh yeah, then I think I'm going to use my strength here right now. Then
Okay.
and I think what this probably looks like is do I have something? Okay, I'm trying to think of what I would name this, but
Let's do the flashback, and then maybe that'll give us an idea of what to call it.
yeah. Well, I think the flashback here is so I don't think I had a great childhood. I think I had my dad was in the army, or it was like basically just like a brat, and I never was good enough for them, right? And I think this one time, and the picture I want to have here is, man, like I couldn't pass like some physical fitness test. I'm like all like muddy and all this stuff, right? And I forget to like take off my shoes. I like come in or whatever, and I'm just exhausted. And I failed my test, and I come in, and like the first thing my parents do is they yell at me for tracking mud into the house, and they're like super upset, and just no one really like cared for me. So I think my strength here has been like this just complete sense of I want to say like, what do you call it when someone is like forced to have good discipline, right? Like all of these, like any bad habits have been kind of like in that kind of way knocked out of me in terms of like, I am basically formed to be like, yes sir, no sir, like just follow. If there's a lash, there's a way.
The word that I use is brainwashed, but you might say
right?
drilled to perfection.
There we go.
Yeah, drilled. Yeah, exactly. Just well conditioned, right? And yeah, if there's a whip, there's a way. Basically, for me, and and the thing that I was thinking of, and in the moment here is, so it makes sense in context, is that like my mama raised no dirty boy, and I was like getting ready to cleanse these things with fucking fire. But like it wouldn't make any sense that unless you didn't see the story. So right.
So you get that flamethrower. It like finally you like pass the vertical, and then it snaps down.
Yeah.
The gravity against the wall, and you've got it lined up on the doorway.
And it's just like a roaring dragon's breath of fire that just
and
burns the entire hallway.
And the like plasma, it bends with the gravity, so it goes down into the door and bursts everything.
Oh yeah! Oh, I didn't even think of that. That's awesome. Yeah, it's just this spinning torrent of fire. It just like goes down. Oh yeah. Oh, that's so good. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's really good.
Yeah.
And we see as this thing is pulling itself up, it's not a human head. It's more John Carpenter. Like it's like the head is split, and there's a tentacle coming out of the torso, and then the room is filled with this bigger mass. Yeah. This biomass has started to grow and form, and it does the like horrible thing sound where it's like, as the fire is spooling inside. Awesome. Yeah. The whole lab just gets scorched with the flamer. So you remove all the threat tokens. You get to roll kills at your best range. So 2d6, I think.
8.
Okay.
It's all right.
Yeah.
But
and you win. The encounter is a win for the team.
Yay. I'm no longer...
Very, very importantly, I don't get to now say, yeah, too bad about the Delta Lab. You burned it all up and there's nothing left in there. Like, no, this is a victory for the team that you were trying to get in there and use the stuff. So I can't turn it into a loss by some GM bullshit here.
Oh, that's super good. Yeah. Awesome.
Kind of important detail.
Yeah. Cool. So that's good job, everybody.
no high G battle after all. So after, during the maneuver, you're burning the thing, and it's crying out, and eventually you like burn one of the arms off, and it tumbles out of view, and you keep going and burn the whole thing out of the lab.
Yeah.
And by the end of that, like when the flamethrower, your finger comes off the trigger, the maneuver ends, and you slide back down to your feet on the hallway, and everyone like comes off their harnesses on the bars. Like the ship rights itself, the thrusters cut off, and you're back to normal gravity again.
Oh. And all I say is, I fucking love this job.
Nice. Yeah, everybody staggers into the Delta Lab.
Ooh.
Yeah. So it's what you would expect. The whole door frame, like it's partially melted. It's blackened everywhere, the floor and the ceiling. There's bits of molten rock like dripping here and there. The horrible smell from the combined rock alien biomaterial monster thing that got burned. It's not quite the same as the electrocution version that gets all brittle and falls apart. This is more like it's actually melted, stuck to the floor and the ceiling, and drippy, and can't form back into the right configuration to do stuff. Then the Delta Lab itself is three rooms. This main chamber, which used to have like computer systems and desks and stuff here, where they did their stuff for the unit, keeping track of records and other stuff like that. That's all destroyed. All that stuff burned apart, and their record keeping system and stuff, just for like unit administration stuff, is ruined. But there's two doors on either side of the walls here. One that kind of goes port, one goes starboard. The port side is the actual lab, which is a lot like the med bay, but only has six beds. It has one of the normal regeneration tanks. It has a weird looking like immersion back to tank thing, like a vertical plexi tube with this blue fluid inside of it. And there's somebody in there. There's a guy in his underwear floating in the thing with the mask on, like Luke Skywalker, with bubbles bubbling up. It's all sealed, and it's got vital systems playing around the outside of it. Let me just make sure. No, okay.
Can we heal up and do the usual in between combat stuff while we look around the lab and get slide, and make sure that if the guy twitches a little funny and the water starts turning black, we throw grenades into that room, the usual. Right,
yeah. No, Goodman loses his harm. So your guys are back to unharmed again. The remnants of the firefighting foam and stuff, like it's clear that Goodman just sort of burned up what was brought back here. But you can see there are still some remnants of bodies that look like the guys that were transporting the mummy, so to speak. So the medical section, it looks like they had brought the thing inside there, and had started to open it up. During the Hygiene maneuver, a bunch of that stuff from the medical section flew down into this front room. And then the room to the left is the R&D section. So there's a tech lab with a bunch of shit in there. And just a brief glance at it, you're like, oh, there's one of those satellite phone things that Zhang had. And there's some weapons that have been stripped down, and a normal battle rifle has like an extra long barrel system on it, or a silencer kind of thing, or there's all these like little experimental things.
Fun toys.
Yeah. And there's individual workstations where...
See here, Trooper 007.
That's right. So yeah, just at a glance, you're like, okay, this is the tech room thing that we were hoping to find.
Yep.
Full of a
So
bunch of
I think we're getting weapons. We're getting what repairs we can, and hopefully the doc can find some of the appropriate arm injector thingies.
Yeah, she immediately goes in and starts searching.
I think we're ignoring something that you brought up earlier. Let's talk about the dude in the blue tank, John. Wait a second. What?
You know who it is?
Yeah, is it too dark to see what it is? We just see the silhouette of somebody floating in there?
No, you can see it's Captain Stokes, the Delta commander. He's unconscious, but he's in there. He's floating. It's doing whatever it does. You presume it's some kind of medical thing, but yeah.
I'm gonna try to get on the like comm system and be like, who the hell is flying the ship?
Like the ship comm.
Yeah.
Call the bridge.
Like call the bridge and find out what the hell is going on.
Mm-hmm.
Is our sarcophagus here?
Yeah.
The remnants of it, yeah, it got kind of ruined, but there's bits and pieces.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So when you call the bridge, let me get the name right. Major Lansing is the officer who's like runs the vessel. They're the highest ranking person, and Lansing answers. You just like hit the call bridge button, and instead of getting a technician or a comms officer or something, he says, "This is Major Lansing. Who is this? Report."
Trooper Pasternak, sir. What the hell were you thinking, putting us into a high G maneuver, sir?
What the hell are you thinking talking to me that way, Trooper? I do what I have to keep this ship safe. I said report. What's going on? Where are you?
Delta Labs, sir. Bunch of goddamn aliens got on the ship. Little black bug things that crawl into, or they're silicon. They crawl into the technology of the ship and the armor and everything. And now they're crawling into troopers.
We've been having system failures all over the ship. Comms have been up and down. What is this thing? What are you talking about? It's some kind of alien materials gotten on my ship?
Yeah.
Who brought it here?
Lieutenant, was it Zhang?
Lieutenant Zhang. He did it.
Lieutenant Zhang had orders to bring it.
Oh, yeah, okay. Well, we wouldn't know that this shit happened before we got here. No. Yeah, the ship had a missile strike. They already had guns pointed at us by the time we got. There's no way we could have started it, right, guys?
But that was the Volga.
Oh,
it doesn't matter. We can say Lieutenant Zhang and Stokes, because it's as true as I can tell.
It is not a lie to say Lieutenant Zhang and or Stokes. That is an accurate statement from your point of view.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Well, wasn't clear to me. All right.
No, I think that's a perfectly valid point of confusion, Eric. Like for Goodman to genuinely think like, oh wait, no, we didn't start this. I don't think it's absolutely clear that the Volga has been firing at the Euphrates, but that's certainly a one way to interpret it.
Okay.
So you're on the comm here, Pasternak. What do you say? Do you say Zhang or what do you say?
Yeah, I say Zhang.
Okay.
And if you want to bust in here, Sarge, you can perfectly free to do it. I'm mouthing off to the agent.
I think I saw you.
No problems here, Han Solo style.
I think I see you mouthing off. So I actually yell Zhang, but I'm letting you talk because my priority is on the weapons, and I think that mostly what I do is say things like, Pasternak, make sure they know about how current affects these things, and ask them and tell them our plan to basically EMP the ship.
Yeah. All right, so I got the dock here, and we've been zapping these things with electricity. EMP probably takes them out.
You've been zapping them with electricity. Okay.
Yeah, they're a silicon-based life form. If I really need to lay down some science, I can, or I can try.
Here's what I need to know, Trooper. Why is my ship malfunctioning? Do you know how to fix it, and do you have a plan? Right now, the command deck is locked down, and we're under fire from... actually, I don't think he would actually say that. I don't think he would tell troopers, one of our own ships is shooting at us. That's kind of not something he would.
He can say we're under fire.
He says the ship is currently under attack. Externally. Now you're telling me it's being attacked internally. I haven't been able to raise anyone else. You're the first comms we've had. If you have a plan, I want to know what it is.
I think I step up at that point and put a hand on Pasternak's shoulder, and I actually say, we've been inoculated by some of the Delta research, and it seems to be giving us some sort of immunity. So we're planning to cut our way down to the engine core and basically just fry everything that we can reach. It might save some troopers, but if it doesn't, at least it'll stop the internal malfunctions.
Your plan is to fry my engines?
No, my plan is
Yeah.
to run through it. Yeah. Do you know anything else that'll cause an EMP big enough to stop us from getting eaten alive?
I'm going to need those engines to maneuver. We're currently in a battle. You are not authorized to carry out that plan. Do you hear me? You are not authorized to tamper with my engines.
Do you have a better plan, sir?
What would he say?
We're troopers. Improvise, overcome, adapt.
He says, we're going to make another high G burn. We're going to try to get a better position on this son of a bitch. If we can take them out, then you might be clear to shut my engines down, but not until then. Not while we're under fire.
We here, sir. I'm gonna. Do you have access? Do you still have access to sensors?
Yes.
When we fried some of the big assholes down planetside, hello Nemo. When we fried a bunch of the big assholes down planetside, the dust turned to just dust. It seems that the large biomasses control a lot of the smaller biomasses. If you can detect where the largest grouping of silicon is, we can give you whatever readings we have. We might head in that direction and try and fry it personally if you don't want us to push any buttons on the engines.
Are you saying this stuff is being controlled from the planet?
I'm saying there's probably something shipside that's controlling it. We just saw a major biomass in here and we took care of it. There's probably another one that we need to look at.
All right. I can put together a technical crew to sweep with hand scanners and maybe we can get you some data. Lieutenant, get over here. You hear him talking to people on the bridge.
So we're in Delta Lab, right? I mean, this lab probably has crazy sensors that are beyond what most of the rest of it. So let's see if I can get a read on where a big massive biological silicon is working.
Action they have some experimental.
Sorry, go ahead.
I just said action scientist Pasternak.
I'm not a scientist, I'm a killer. I succeeded.
Nice. With a 4. Okay, that's all right. Yeah, you root around in this lab and find this device that's clearly some kind of scanner. It looks kind of like the deep penetrating radar things they put on the ground and it sends a signal through rocks and stuff. It's kind of like that, like a big vacuum cleaner kind of thing. And when you turn it on, it hums and makes a bunch of noise, and there's a screen on it, and you see this conical cross section of decks and all this stuff, wiring and heat and radio signals, and you twist some dials on the thing and are like, I can mostly read this. It's sure. If you move it around, if you could somehow go from bow to stern and take readings, you could get a map of the whole vessel and see what deck by deck what's weird.
Sure.
Yeah. You feel fairly confident that you can do that.
Okay.
So, do we want to figure out that and what our plan is for next week?
Yeah, I think we're almost hitting our endpoint here.
I think we know what the plan is. I think that all that's left to do is for someone to smash the comm and say, is it Major? Were we talking to a Major or Lieutenant?
Yeah, we're talking to Major Lansing.
Major Lansing.
So I think all we say is, Major Lansing, if the bridge is safe, keep it sealed. We don't need a tech team. We found something here that might do the job. Trust us to do our bit, and good luck.
That's what I like to hear, Sergeant. I will reach out to you through comms if we can, and I'll let you know when the engines can be taken offline. Good hunting. Click.
Oh god. All right. Good luck.
Yeah. So he's gonna fight a space battle. You guys are gonna hunt through the ship for alien biomass.
Yep.
Sounds like a plan. Cool.
Oh, it's perfect. That's like every single movie. Yes, I love it.
Yeah, maybe.
There is still the EMP option. I mean, we can always just still.
You can ignore his direct orders. Yeah, I think that's the thing you can do.
Set the ship to self-destruct.
It'll be every sci-fi movie cliche at once. EMP, self-destruct, alien biomass, everything.
Yep.
Fly it into the sun.
Yeah.
Good measure. The exploding vapor goes into the sun.
Sun turns black.
Well, cool. Thanks
Yeah.
again. Another fun session of 316. One of these days, this planet and this alien problem will be taken care of, but not yet.
But not today.
Not yet.
Probably next session.
Hopefully.
Are we going to do a second round of like advancements and development at that point?
Yeah, it'll be like a
All
double
together.
development.
Perfect.
Cool.
Yeah. Cool.
Awesome.
Can we say when we're playing next? Do we know? Or have we not figured that out yet? Is it 2 weeks?
Yeah, unless we're available. I don't think we're available next week. I could be wrong.
All right. Well,
I think
we'll announce it.
On the 3rd?
Yeah. I think so. Let me check the sheet real quick. But I'm pretty sure we're on for next week, which would be pretty awesome.
Or actually the 2nd, right? Because we usually do Saturday.
Yeah. This is just a special Sunday thing.
I'm clear for the 2nd.
Yeah, I'm gone the 7th through the 9th, but I think next week is fine.
All right, so next week sounds good.
Yeah,
Cool.
Sweet.
Nice. 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah.
Arise.
Sweet. So then, we'll be back next Saturday.
Cool.
We did it. Thank you, everybody.
And we survived. Whew.
Yeah, we're still surviving on the Euphrates. It's locked in a battle with the Volga. Oh, the Volga is basically the same styled ship as ours, right? It's not like a battle. It's not like a battleship in a different way, right? No. Okay.
You don't know.
Shoulder shrug. Okay. We don't.
We're not pilots.
At least by naming convention, it's probably a similar class ship.
The Rivers of Earth class.
Yeah.
PNF,
Depends.
yeah.
I feel like the Volga is a longer one than the Euphrates. It's based on length.
You don't want to meet the Amazon. That's trouble.
The flagship.
Nile and
the capital.
If you're like the 3 main flagships of the.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's awesome. Awesome. Yeah. Thanks, John. Thanks for having us do this again. So yeah, we'll be back next Saturday. Do we have any outro announcements for anybody? Yeah. Anything they want to?
Don't think so.
Nope. Nothing for me.
Okay.
Good for right now.
Cool. Our handles have been here for Twitter and everything like that. So it's been the overlays. So make sure if you're interested, follow us over there. And then with that, we're gonna be back next week. So take care, everybody. See ya.